If you look over the ancient rolling glens of Ireland, you'll see stones everywhere. Standing stones, carved stones, waystones, moonstones, stones. They're everywhere, and they should be all over your board. This will be the first in a 3-part series. In our second video, we're going to show you how to take these stones and make more intricate constructions. And in the third video, we're going to bring it all together and show you how to make a passage tomb, which would be perfect as a centerpiece to any game board, or even something to explore in your D&D games. Maybe even use it as a stand-in for the Tomb of Horrors. So, the first thing to do is get some scrap cardboard. You're going to draw out some irregular shapes, some large, some medium, some small, then cut them out. Don't worry about being too delicate. Divide your cardboard cutouts into piles according to their sizes. The largest piece is always going to be the central part of your rock. Then you're going to want to glue the smaller pieces off center to this largest rock. This way it has a thick to thin effect. Then, with bits of scrap you have left over, cut out some smaller layers so that you'll have 4 or 5 layers of rock. Take your brush and heavily apply PVA glue on each side. You're going to want to stick your tissue paper down by hand and then stipple that paper with a brush to give it texture. Just dab the brush head over the wet tissue. Decide which end is going to be the bottom of the rock. Generally, you're going to want the thickest end. So grab your scissors and cut the bottoms off so they can be glued and stuck to the base. Once again, paper mache the base, making sure to get it around the rim of the base so that it'll blend into your green mat when flocked. The macheing the base is largely the same as macheing the rock, but we'll be covering that, so try not to worry too much about it if it's not perfect. Now it's time to paint. For the base colour, mix about 1/3 PVA to 2/3 black acrylic paint. Get all your stones based up and leave them to dry. Stick some white and a dollop of blue on top of the leftover black paint and give it a really thorough mix up. Don't worry about keeping your mixtures super consistent, as rocks come in so many shades of grey. Find your own balance but this creates a really nice shale colour. It might seem quite blue now, but it does darken as it dries. Roughly, layer the shale grey over the rock, leaving some of the black visible in the recesses. Now we're going to do a dry brush highlight. This is putting a little paint on your brush, but removing the excess, so that only a tiny amount is left on the bristles. This means you can really go to town on the rock and the paint will only catch the highlights. We're going to make our own wash. It's mostly water with a drop of black paint in it. Make sure to put a little bit of dish soap in. That helps break the water tension and lets the wash get into the recesses. Make sure to mix it thoroughly. Next, begin liberally applying the wash to the rock, and if you think there's too much on there, just dab it off from the flatter sections. We've used the hairdryer a few times simply to dry out one layer to begin work on the next, but at this stage the hairdryer helps push the black wash into the recesses of the stone. Now it's time to flock the base. This will really bring the whole thing together. We're using Countryside Scenics, but there are loads of options out there. Put down a big bit of cardboard. A lot of flock is about to get thrown about, and you're going to need to get the excess back in the packaging. Then just sprinkle the flock over the PVA glued base, and we're nearly done. The final step is taking some tufts of long grass and ripping them up to make them uneven. This gives the base a little more personality and places your stones within the ancient world of Celtic warfare, Cuchulainn and the like, or maybe it's still just a land of dragons, but either way, you've made yourself some really fine stones. Until next time, try hard. Hey guys, welcome to Trihard Games. I'm Andrew, these are the Trihardbais. We're here to help you build better worlds, from fantasy to sci-fi, D&D to Warhammer. We'll be sculpting miniatures, crafting game boards, and a load of memes in between. We'll be putting videos out every week, and we've got big plans, so be sure to hit like and subscribe. And until next time, try hard. Take 23, Hugh faking painting.
Can do something.